Today on Art Is, we're learning about how to draw faces with Dr. Terry Allen. Today's class was at Woods Elementary School in Clovis.
Major funding for Art Is was provided by the family of Jim and Becky Richardson in support of the Bonner Family Foundation.
Hello, boys and girls. This afternoon's art lesson is going to be an interesting one. Does anybody know what this is? What is it? Shania?
A face.
It's a face, isn't it? When did we learn how to do that? Yes. Hoagie?
First or second grade?
First or second grade, or even kindergarten. You got it. Does this really look like our faces? No, it doesn't. Okay, today we're going to learn how to make faces look pretty real, all right? And I brought two pictures over here for you to look at. We're going to examine them today. And we're going to start by comparing and contrasting. Now, who knows what to compare means? Yes, Jacob.
See one thing, what's different one thing from another?
Okay, now compare, is that difference or the same?
Different.
Well, compare is actually to make to see how they're alike, okay? What do you think contrast means?
Different.
How they're different. Okay, so we're going to compare first to see how they're the same, and then we're going to switch to contrast, which means how they are different. Let's take a look at these two pictures. How are these two pictures alike? Isla?
They look the same.
They look the same. How are they the same?
They look real.
They look real. Okay. Nicole?
They have the same facial expression.
They have a similar facial expression. What is that expression, do you think? They don't have a big smile on their faces, do they? Ariana?
In between happy and sad.
In between happy and sad, kind of serious, aren't they? Okay, so that's how they're similar, aren't they? Okay, let's go to contrast. We've compared them, now we're going to contrast them, which means we're going to point out the differences. Good job. Okay. Leaf?
They have different skin color.
They have different skin colors. One's African American and one's white, correct? Okay, Gina?
One of them has a hat on.
One has a hat on and the other one does not. Okay, let's take a look at both of these pictures now and see how the faces are the same, just like you and you and you and you. I'm going to put a mark right here about where Thomas Sully's son's top of his head might be. Okay, so we can see that. But let's take a look. From the top of this boy's head to the bottom of his chin, about where are his eyes? What do you think, Katie?
In the middle.
In the middle, it's halfway down. Okay, let's take a look over here. Let's look at Jim. From here to here, where are his eyes? TJ?
In the middle.
In the middle, halfway down. Would you say that for me, please? Halfway down. Okay, so this is, from here on up is half of his head, and from here down is half of his head. From his eyes to the bottom of his chin, where's the bottom of his nose? Jonah?
In the middle.
In the middle, or halfway down. Say it for me. Halfway down. Let's look over here at Jim. Between the eyes and the bottom of the chin, the bottom of the nose is halfway down. Okay? Now, if this is half and this is halfway down from half, how much of the face is that? Half of a half is what?
1/4.
1/4. Good job. Hoagie, terrific. Now, let's go a little further. From the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin, how far down is the bottom of the lower lip? Everybody?
Halfway down.
Halfway down. From the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin, the lower lip is?
Halfway down.
You're getting the idea, aren't you? From the bottom of the lower lip to the bottom of the chin is actually 1/2 of 1/4, isn't it? So how much would that be? What do you think, McKenna?
The top of his chin right here.
What fraction would we be talking about? 1/2 of 1/4. Gage?
1/8.
1/8. How many agree with Gage here that it might be 1/8? Okay, you're absolutely correct. So we have 1/2 of 1/4 equals 1/8. Okay, so now we're dealing with real fractions here, aren't we? So let's go back to this. We're going to draw our own faces using these measurements. And halfway down is going to be our saying for the day. Halfway down, halfway down, halfway down. So before we start that, we have to learn a strategy in art called sketching. What is sketching?
Like drawing lightly.
Drawing lightly, okay. With that long strip of paper that you have, would you put that up so you can draw on it, please? We're going to do a quick exercise. Using this kindergarten pencil that I gave everybody, sketch an oval. Means very, very light on your paper. And now with your eraser, I want you to erase that oval that you just did. Would you do that for me, please? If you can still see your marks on there, I want you to try it again, because that means you're pressing too firmly. So do it one more time. Let's make an X very lightly on your paper. Okay, as soon as that's done, erase it, please. Okay, how many can still see their oval or their X? Okay, well, we're not supposed to do that, so make sure that the next time you draw, it's really, really light, okay? But you did a really good job. Everybody following directions on that. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to start the drawing of our head now. It's not just the face, actually, because the face stops right about here. But we're going to go all the way to the top of our head, because that's what we look at when we look at one another, is the whole head, not just the face. So we're going to continue, start from right up here on top to down here. And all of our faces are more or less oval. Some faces are narrow, some kind of square, some are very round, and so on. But we're just going to do an oval today because it's an exercise to learn the proportions of the face. So with your pencil, very, very lightly, we're going to sketch a large oval on our papers. So let's do that now. And even if it's not perfect, that's okay. Now, we know that our eyes are where between the top of our head and our chins, everybody?
Halfway down.
Halfway down, good job. Okay, now, watch me for a second. Okay, now I'm going to start at the top of my oval here, the top of the head, and I'm going to bring my pencil down. I want you to estimate where halfway down is, okay? So watch here, watch me please. You're not going to do yours yet. Oh, you can look at mine first. All right, we're going to go down. I want you to tell me where about halfway down is. Am I there yet?
No.
Yeah. Is that pretty close?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put my finger there. That's halfway down, and I'm going to draw sketch a very light line right across. That's going to be my eye line. Do the same way. Start at the top and bring your pencil down until where you can see it's half of your oval is above and half is below. I'm going to start at the eye line right here, and from there to the bottom of the chin, I want you to tell me where to stop. Ready?
Stop.
Think that's about half? Yeah. Looks pretty good to me too. So I'm going to put a very faint line all the way across there. You do the same. Estimate halfway down from the eye line to the bottom of the chin and draw a line across your oval. That's the nose line. So we have the eye line and the nose line.